Welcome to BookBuzz Reviews and Summaries. Dear readers, seekers of wisdom and wanderers on the path of life, lend me your ears and open your minds. Imagine, if you will, standing at the crossroads of your existence, peering into the fog of uncertainty that shrouds the future. You might find yourself wondering, which direction should I take? What choices will shape my destiny? How do I become the best version of myself in a world brimming with complexity and change? These questions are not new, nor are they trivial. They are the age-old echoes of humanity's quest for meaning, success, and fulfillment. And while each of us must walk our own path, what if you could journey with the guidance of the greatest minds of our time? What if you could sit at the feet of masters and mentors, visionaries, creators, athletes, and entrepreneurs, gathering pearls of wisdom from their triumphs and their trials? Imagine a council of champions whose stories could illuminate your way and whose insights could sharpen your resolve. It is precisely this gift that Tribe of Mentors by Timothy Ferriss bestows upon you. Within the pages of this remarkable book lies a treasure trove of knowledge, drawn from an eclectic array of world-class performers. From legendary athletes to acclaimed artists, from pioneering entrepreneurs to scientists pushing the boundaries of human potential, Ferriss has curated an anthology of advice that is as profound as it is practical. But let us pause for a moment and consider why this matters. Why should you care about the habits, the failures, and the philosophies of these extraordinary individuals? Because, my friends, the fastest way to accelerate your growth is to learn from those who have already walked the path. You can avoid pitfalls, refine your strategies, and supercharge your journey by standing on the shoulders of giants. Timothy Ferriss, the author of The 4-Hour Workweek and a master of life optimization, sought answers not only for himself, but for all of us. At a critical juncture in his own life, when he, too, faced questions without clear answers, he reached out to over 100 of the world's top performers. His intention was simple yet profound: to distill their lessons, rituals, and beliefs into actionable insights that anyone could apply. What emerged was a tapestry of wisdom woven from diverse fields, yet bound by a common thread of excellence. As you delve into Tribe of Mentors, you will find that this is not a book of theory, but a guidebook of application. It is a map where X marks the spot, not for treasure and gold, but for the riches of the mind and the spirit. You will discover how legendary skateboarder Tony Hawk approaches failure, how renowned writer Neil Gaiman dances with creativity, and how icons like Ray Dalio and Ariana Huffington manage their time, their health, and their priorities. More than a collection of interviews, this book is a masterclass on how to navigate life's most critical challenges. Whether you are contemplating a career change, seeking to improve your health, struggling with decision-making, or yearning for greater fulfillment, Tribe of Mentors offers perspectives that could be the catalyst for your next great leap forward. So, let me ask you, are you ready to transform the trajectory of your life? Are you prepared to not only listen but to act, to take the insights from these mentors and weave them into the very fabric of your daily life? If so, then I invite you to turn the page and begin a journey unlike any other. A journey guided by the wisdom of the world's most accomplished minds, curated by a man who has devoted his life to asking the right questions and sharing the answers with all who are willing to listen. This is your moment. This is your invitation. Welcome to the Tribe of Mentors. The answers you seek are waiting, and the mentors you need are here. Now, let us begin. Part 1 Summary. Dear readers, allow me to take you on a journey into the minds of the world's greatest achievers, visionaries, and changemakers. Tribe of Mentors, masterfully crafted by Timothy Ferriss, is not just a book. It is a treasure trove of wisdom, a manual for life, and a beacon of guidance for anyone striving to live more fully and achieve more profoundly. Ferriss, a master interviewer and a perennial seeker of excellence, curates life lessons from over 100 of the most brilliant minds, distilling their experiences into practical, powerful advice. Chapter 1. The Genesis of Greatness. Ferriss opens by explaining the genesis of this remarkable book. At a crossroads in his own life, he sought guidance from those he admired. Instead of traditional mentorship, he reached out to a diverse array of people, artists, entrepreneurs, athletes, and thought leaders, asking a set of 11 carefully crafted questions. These questions, deceptively simple, were designed to cut through the noise and extract the essence of their wisdom. The responses he received were nothing short of extraordinary. They were raw, real, and brimming with insight. From the likes of Ariana Huffington, Tony Hawk, and Ray Dalio, to lesser-known yet equally profound voices, Ferriss assembled a chorus of mentors, each contributing a verse to this symphony of success. Chapter 2: The Power of Questions. In this chapter, Ferriss dives deep into the questions themselves. He explores why questions like, "What is the book or books you've given most as a gift and why?" and "What new belief, behavior, or habit has most improved your life?" are so powerful. These questions are not just inquiries. They are keys to unlocking new perspectives. Ferriss emphasizes that the right question, asked at the right time, can change the course of your life. He demonstrates how these questions uncover the core strategies that mentors use to overcome obstacles, stay motivated, and build resilience. The lesson here is profound. If you want better answers, ask better questions. Chapter 3: The Art of Saying No. One of the most impactful themes in this part of the book is the art of saying no. Mentor after mentor reveals that saying no is not a weakness, but a strength, a boundary that protects one's time, energy, and focus. Ferriss shares a particularly powerful story from tech entrepreneur Kevin Kelly, who describes his philosophy of hell yes or no. If an opportunity doesn't ignite an unequivocal excitement, then the answer should be no. This principle resonates throughout the book, reminding us that every yes carries a hidden cost. True success lies in discerning what deserves our commitment. Chapter 4: Habits of the Highly Effective. As we move through this chapter, the tempo increases and the energy intensifies. Ferriss brings us into the daily routines of high achievers, rituals that create a foundation for excellence. From meditation to morning workouts, from journaling to disciplined time management, each mentor provides a glimpse into the small habits that yield massive results. What is fascinating here is the diversity of approaches. Some mentors swear by structured schedules, while others thrive in chaos. Yet, all of them share one trait: intentionality. Their habits are not random, they are deliberate, designed to set the tone for productivity and creativity. Chapter 5: Overcoming Failure and Adversity. In this chapter, Ferriss tackles the uncomfortable yet unavoidable topic of failure. His mentors do not shy away from sharing their missteps and misfortunes. Instead, they wear them as badges of honor, demonstrating how failure is not an endpoint, but a stepping stone. Stories of resilience abound. From life-threatening accidents to business bankruptcies, each story reinforces a powerful truth: failure is part of the process. The difference between those who succeed and those who do not lies in how they respond to setbacks. Ferriss introduces us to the concept of failing forward, where each failure becomes a lesson that propels us toward success. Chapter 6: The Importance of Self-Care and Recovery. Here, Ferriss introduces a crucial yet often overlooked element of achievement: self-care. Many mentors speak to the necessity of rest, reflection, and rejuvenation. Whether it is through mindfulness practices, spending time in nature, or simply taking breaks, self-care is shown to be a critical component of sustained success. This chapter also delves into the balance between hustle and harmony. The hustle culture often glorifies grinding nonstop, but Ferriss's mentors challenge this notion. They advocate for strategic rest, suggesting that true productivity is about managing energy, not just time. Chapter 7: Books That Change Lives. Dear readers, here comes a chapter that is nothing short of an intellectual feast. Ferriss compiles a list of books recommended by his mentors, books that have shaped their thinking and guided their journeys. These are not just bestsellers, but timeless works that offer deep insights into human nature, business, and philosophy. From Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning to Ryan Holiday's The Obstacle is the Way, each recommendation comes with a story, a lesson, a revelation. Ferriss himself demonstrates how reading is a form of mentorship, a way to learn from the greatest minds, both past and present. Chapter 8: Tools of Titans, Strategies You Can Use Today. In this chapter, Ferriss transitions from philosophy to practicality. He distills tangible strategies that listeners can implement immediately. From productivity hacks and business tactics to health tips and personal development exercises, this chapter is a toolkit for life. One particularly captivating strategy is the concept of fear setting. Ferriss introduces this as an antidote to the paralysis of indecision. Instead of setting goals, he encourages setting fears, identifying what could go wrong, assessing how to prevent it, and planning how to recover if it does. This method empowers readers to take bold actions by diffusing the power of fear. Chapter 9: Finding Your Purpose and Passion. The final chapter of Part 1 culminates with a discussion on purpose and passion. Ferriss and his mentors argue that success is hollow without fulfillment. Many of these high achievers did not set out to make millions or gain fame. They pursued their passions, followed curiosity, and contributed to something greater than themselves. This chapter is a call to action, a challenge to listeners to dig deep, discover their why, and align their goals with their values. It encourages us to craft a life not only of achievement but of meaning, reminding us that true wealth is measured not by money or accolades, but by impact and joy. And so, as we conclude Part 1 of Tribe of Mentors, we are left not merely with advice, but with a blueprint for living well. Ferriss's work is more than a collection of interviews. It is a dialogue with greatness. Each chapter invites us to reflect, to act, and to grow. Stay with me as we prepare to dive into Part 2, where the insights continue, the wisdom deepens, and the journey toward excellence moves forward with renewed vigor. There is much more to discover, and I promise you won't want to miss a single word. Part 2 Summary. Dear readers, as we continue our journey through Tribe of Mentors by Timothy Ferriss, we venture deeper into the minds of the world's most accomplished and insightful individuals. Part 2 of this remarkable book is not just a continuation but an elevation, a powerful crescendo of wisdom, practicality, and inspiration that promises to ignite change and fuel ambition. Prepare yourselves for a captivating exploration of success, failure, purpose, and perseverance. Chapter 10: Embracing Uncertainty and Taking Risks. Ferriss opens Part 2 with a profound exploration of uncertainty and risk-taking, two elements that often deter us from achieving our greatest dreams. He introduces us to mentors who have not only accepted uncertainty, but have harnessed it as a powerful force for growth. We hear from figures like Janna Levin, a renowned astrophysicist who speaks about the beauty of exploring the unknown. Her research into black holes is a metaphor for life itself, diving into the darkness without fear, knowing that only through exploration can we find answers. Entrepreneurs like Tim O'Reilly share how calculated risks, grounded in curiosity and integrity, have led to groundbreaking success. The chapter's message is clear. Comfort zones are cages, and freedom lies in the willingness to take bold leaps into the unknown. Chapter 11: Building Resilience and Mastering Adaptability. In this chapter, Ferriss delves into one of the most critical traits of high achievers: resilience. We hear the stories of athletes like Kelly Slater, an 11-time world surfing champion, who discusses how he overcomes defeat and constantly reinvents himself to stay at the top. The mentors share techniques for developing mental toughness, from Stoic philosophy to mindfulness practices. Some, like Josh Waitzkin, a chess prodigy and martial arts champion, emphasize the power of beginner's mind, an approach that encourages curiosity and openness, even when you are already a master of your craft. Ferriss encapsulates this wisdom with a powerful reminder: Adaptability is not about changing who you are, but about evolving into who you need to be. Chapter 12. Productivity, Focus, and Time Management. Now let us step into the world of productivity and focus. In this chapter, Ferriss extracts the secrets of efficiency from some of the busiest and most productive people on the planet. These mentors share their systems, routines, and philosophies that enable them to accomplish more in a day than most do in a week. We learn from Debbie Millman, a design guru, about the importance of busy versus productive. Millman shares that being busy is often a form of mental laziness, filling time with tasks rather than focusing on meaningful goals. Ferriss reinforces this by showcasing the power of saying no to distractions and maintaining laser-like focus on what truly matters. The chapter is filled with practical tools like the Pomodoro technique, batching tasks, and creating non-negotiable time blocks. These strategies are not just productivity hacks, they are life hacks designed to maximize impact and minimize stress. Chapter 13. Wealth, Wisdom, and Financial Independence. In Chapter 13, Ferriss turns his attention to financial wisdom, a subject as practical as it is empowering. His mentors share not only how to build wealth, but also how to maintain a healthy relationship with money. From self-made billionaires like Chris Sacca to finance gurus like Morgan Housel, the advice is candid and actionable. One standout lesson comes from Jocko Willink, a retired Navy SEAL, who ties financial discipline to overall discipline. He suggests that financial freedom is less about how much you earn and more about how you manage what you have. This chapter is a clarion call to take control of one's financial destiny and use wealth as a tool for freedom, not as a source of anxiety. Chapter 14. Health, Fitness, and Longevity. The mentors in this chapter share a simple truth: health is the foundation upon which all success is built. Ferriss, known for his biohacking experiments, delves into the physical and mental habits of those who thrive well into old age. We hear from endurance athletes, doctors, and wellness experts who discuss everything from nutrition and exercise to sleep and recovery. One memorable takeaway comes from Dr. Peter Attia, who emphasizes the marginal decade, the idea that maintaining fitness in your 40s and 50s ensures a vibrant life in your 70s and beyond. This chapter is a reminder that success without health is hollow. Our bodies are the vessels for our dreams, and caring for them is not just a priority, it is a duty. Chapter 15. Creative Processes and Innovation. For those seeking to unlock their creativity, this chapter is a goldmine. Ferriss explores the routines and rituals that ignite creative sparks. He draws insights from artists, writers, and innovators like Neil Gaiman and Mike Birbiglia, who reveal how they overcome creative blocks and tap into inspiration. A particularly compelling story comes from Steven Pressfield, author of The War of Art, who introduces the concept of resistance. He describes it as an invisible force that works against creativity and progress. His solution? Show up every day, do the work, and trust the process. Ferriss concludes this chapter by encouraging his readers to embrace imperfection, experiment fearlessly, and recognize that creativity often emerges from disciplined practice. Chapter 16. Mentorship, Learning, and Growth. The importance of mentorship takes center stage in this chapter. Ferriss highlights how seeking guidance from those ahead of you can accelerate your growth. He demonstrates how mentorship does not always require a personal relationship. Sometimes books, podcasts, and indirect role models can be powerful guides. From Tim Ferriss's own mentors to the experiences shared by others, the chapter is a celebration of lifelong learning. There is a clear message: never stop being a student. Wisdom is not static. It evolves, and the greatest leaders are those who continue to learn and adapt. Chapter 17. Legacy, Impact, and Living a Meaningful Life. And finally, Ferriss brings us to the heart of the matter. What does it mean to live a meaningful life? His mentors share their thoughts on legacy, purpose, and the impact they hope to leave behind. For some, like Rick Rubin, legendary music producer, legacy is about creation and contribution. For others, it is about relationships and love. One of the most moving lessons comes from Naval Ravikant, who advises focusing on building the house you want to live in rather than living according to others' expectations. This chapter urges us to reflect not only on what we want to achieve, but also on who we want to become. In conclusion, Part 2 of Tribe of Mentors is a masterclass in living well. It challenges us to embrace uncertainty, build resilience, optimize productivity, and prioritize health. It inspires us to nurture creativity, seek mentorship, and most importantly, create a legacy of meaning and impact. Timothy Ferriss has not only given us access to the minds of extraordinary individuals, but has also equipped us with tools to elevate our own lives. As we close this chapter, let us carry forward the lessons, ignite our passions, and craft a life filled with purpose and joy. Dear readers, the journey through Tribe of Mentors is far from over. Stay with me as we continue to explore and absorb the timeless wisdom that this incredible book has to offer. The best is yet to come. Part 3 Summary. Dear readers, as we embark on Part 3 of Tribe of Mentors, prepare yourselves for a powerful conclusion to this treasure trove of wisdom. This section is where the threads of advice, insight, and inspiration come together, weaving a tapestry of timeless lessons. Each story, each quote, and each nugget of wisdom serves as a beacon, guiding us toward a life of fulfillment, achievement, and profound meaning. Chapter 18: The Power of Saying No and Setting Boundaries. The third and final part of Tribe of Mentors opens with a theme that resonates with every achiever: the art of saying no. Timothy Ferriss and his panel of mentors reveal that success often comes not from what you say yes to, but from what you deliberately decline. We hear from leaders like Annie Duke, a professional poker player, who explains how the discipline of saying no has allowed her to focus her energy on the opportunities that truly matter. Similarly, entrepreneur and author Derek Sivers shares his philosophy of hell yes or no. If an opportunity doesn't excite you wholeheartedly, it's better to pass. This chapter is a powerful reminder that our time and energy are finite, and learning to set boundaries is not an act of selfishness, but of self-respect. Chapter 19: Cultivating Joy, Gratitude, and Mindfulness. In Chapter 19, Ferriss shifts focus to the internal landscape of happiness and contentment. The mentors share practices that help them maintain joy and gratitude, even amidst chaos and challenge. One of the standout voices is Ariana Huffington, who emphasizes the importance of sleep and self-care as foundations of a joyful life. Her story is a compelling testimony to the dangers of burnout and the necessity of slowing down. We also hear from meditation experts and mindfulness practitioners who advocate for simple yet powerful habits such as journaling, gratitude exercises, and being present in everyday moments. This chapter beautifully encapsulates the idea that happiness is not a destination but a practice, a daily commitment to finding beauty and meaning in the small things. Chapter 20: Dealing with Failure and Learning from Mistakes. No journey to success is without setbacks, and Chapter 20 tackles this truth head-on. Ferriss introduces us to mentors who have faced failure not as an end, but as a beginning. Their stories are not just about bouncing back, but about transforming failure into a stepping stone for success. From venture capitalist Ray Dalio, who turned his greatest financial failure into a lifelong philosophy of radical transparency and learning, to filmmaker Robert Rodriguez, who credits his failures with providing his most valuable lessons, this chapter is a rallying cry to embrace failure with open arms. The message is clear. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of the process. It is a mentor in disguise, teaching us resilience, humility, and strength. Chapter 21: The Influence of Books and Lifelong Learning. For the avid readers and lifelong learners among us, Chapter 21 is a feast. Ferriss explores the pivotal role that books and education play in shaping the minds of his mentors. He shares their recommended reading lists, revealing the books that have had the most profound impact on their lives. For instance, Filmmaker and actor Terry Crews discusses how The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron helped him unlock his creativity. Billionaire investor Naval Ravikant highlights the transformative power of *Sapiens* by Yuval Noah Harari, a book that expanded his understanding of human history and behavior. This chapter is a testament to the idea that books are mentors too. They are windows into other worlds, other minds, and other possibilities. Ferriss encourages us all to read widely, learn constantly, and allow new ideas to challenge and change us. Chapter 22: Building Meaningful Relationships. Success is not a solo endeavor, and Chapter 22 explores the critical importance of relationships. The mentors share how they nurture connections with family, friends, and colleagues, emphasizing authenticity, generosity, and empathy. Ferriss introduces us to stories of mentorship, friendship, and love that highlight the impact of strong relationships. We hear from Esther Pearl, a renowned relationship therapist, who explains that the quality of our relationships determines the quality of our lives. Her insights into communication and connection are not only practical, but deeply moving. The overarching lesson is that relationships are investments. What we put into them, we often get back tenfold. By showing up, listening, and caring deeply, we build networks of support and joy that sustain us through all of life's seasons. Chapter 23: Making a Difference and Leaving a Legacy. As we near the end of this incredible book, Ferriss guides us to a topic that transcends individual success: making an impact. The mentors share how they strive not only to achieve personal goals, but also to contribute to the world around them. Social entrepreneurs, philanthropists, and changemakers share their stories, including Blake Mycoskie, founder of Tom's, who revolutionized the concept of business with a social mission. His one-for-one model demonstrates how commerce can be a force for good, providing shoes, sight, water, and safe birth services to those in need. This chapter challenges us to think beyond ourselves. Ferriss and his mentors invite us to ask, what legacy do I want to leave? And how can I use my talents and resources to make the world a better place? Chapter 24: A Call to Action, Living Deliberately and Purposefully. And now, as we arrive at the final chapter, Ferriss delivers a powerful call to action. He weaves together the wisdom of his mentors into a clear, actionable roadmap for living a deliberate and purposeful life. He encourages us to take the first step, however small, towards our dreams. To apply the lessons learned and not let this book be just another inspiration that fades away. The mentor's advice serves as both a guide and a challenge to rise, to act, to create, and to contribute. Ferriss ends Tribe of Mentors with a profound reminder that the mentors we meet in these pages are not superheroes. They are human. Their successes are not unreachable. Their lessons are not abstract. They are proof that greatness is possible for all of us, provided we are willing to learn, grow, and persevere. Thanks for listening to Book Buzz reviews and summaries. Please like, subscribe, and click the bell icon to get new video updates.